What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So yesterday's video we did a trade and #1 overall pick, Tennessee Titans rebuild, and the team we chose to make that trade happen was New York Jets. So simply today we're doing the flip side of the trade we did yesterday. We're going to be doing a trading up to the #1 overall pick Jets rebuild, where of course we'll be selecting Cam Ward. So and basically this is a Cam Ward New York Jets rebuild in Madden 25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. YouTube tells me about 85% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. So go ahead and change that as we're on the road to 10,000 subs if you're in that 85%. Also, guys, I need to ask y'all a question. And I'm not going to pretend to be a defensive scheme expert, and I've never pretended I was, but people have commented a few times about me doing things wrong on the defense side of football. So please tell me, or I guess talk to me like I'm 5 years old, so I can do this correctly going forward, because people have been getting, well, maybe not upset, but people have been telling me, and I thought I've always been doing it correctly. So when obviously you move it from a 4-3 to a 3-4, well, let's just say this for instance. So like Hassan Reddick, for instance, since we're in a 4-3, it makes sense to have him at the right end, right? Of course. But if we move this to a 3-4, then I would move him to linebacker, outside linebacker, correct? And I've been doing that, but people still like comment down below that I'm doing something wrong, so I'm a little confused. And then I think there's like the end in the defensive tackle spot, where I think that's where I get maybe a little confused. So if there's anybody in the comments below that wants to teach me like I'm 5 years old, I'd greatly appreciate it, so I can start doing it correctly, because I would love to get the stats I want to see. And I thought I was doing it correctly this whole time, but apparently I'm not. So that's all I wanted to say. But other than that, let's get to the resigning stage. So we can't make the trade for the #1 overall pick just yet, but obviously fifth-year option on Sauce Gardner will be accepted, and Garrett Wilson will accept too. But newsflash, we will be trading Garrett Wilson in that trade. That's what we did yesterday. So DJ Reed is a free agent. Jermaine Johnson's a free agent, which actually is just a fifth-year option. So Tony Adams, Hassan Reddick, and then Chuck Clark, Tyler Conklin, Jamian Sherwood, who was actually really good. Was pretty good, I think, leading the league, or leading close to the league in tackles. So if we can bring him back, which he says no, so no, we can't bring him back. But I'm going to let the rest of everybody walk, at least for now. And then we're going to go make the trade. And then, of course, Aaron Rodgers is going to get cut. And we still need to do something with Davante Adams as well. We'll probably get rid of both of them, because I don't expect Davante Adams to be a Jet next year. And, of course, we'll start with making the trade for Cam Ward, rather than one overall pick. Same exact trade we did yesterday. So I'll show it to you if you didn't watch yesterday's video. So here's what it is for the #1 overall pick. Like I said, this is the exact same trade we did yesterday. This is basically modeled after the Bears and the Panthers trade, where obviously they made a trade where the Panthers got the #1 overall pick. They traded DJ Moore to Chicago in that trade. So similar to DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson's in here, and the similar draft compensation is in here as well. So let me know, though, as a Jets fan, if you would do this. Is this way too much to be giving up? I would love to know, but how much do you want a quarterback, right? The Jets have been seeking for one. So just like that, we send that through. So we'll be doing, like I said, the Jet side of this trade that we did yesterday. So now we need to go ahead and cut Aaron Rodgers as well. I don't think we save a lot of money by doing that right now, but obviously he will be cut in real life, so we're going to do that as well. So cutting Aaron Rodgers, I don't even know how much that would save us. I didn't even really look. So if we have $9 million. So Aaron Rodgers will be cut. And then I think Davante Adams, I think he's like a free agent in real life. I'm not 100% sure. I guess we'd save $34 million by cutting him. Is he a free agent, or do they have to trade him? I don't know, honestly. I think it sounds like he's a free agent, but I'll double check that in just a second. We don't have to rush Davante Adams' trade just yet. But I am going to go ahead and take a look at the lineup now that Aaron Rodgers is gone. Obviously, Garrett Wilson's gone now, too. If Adams is gone, then we really blank at the wide receiver spot. The last thing we have left is obviously Allen Lazard and Corley and Xavier Gibson. So a lot to work on there. O-line is solid enough. The tight end spot definitely needs some work. But yeah, I can be pretty excited about the O-line for the most part. Breece Hall, of course, we'll still have him at running back, along with Braylon Allen. And defensively, we got Quincy Williams, CJ Mosley once he's back. We have Will McDonald, and then Hassan Reddick hit free agency as well. Jermaine Johnson is injured, so that will help out when he's back too. We have Sauce Gardner, Michael Carter. Safeties are kind of a problem right now, so we'll definitely go hit free agency. And I'll look into the Davante Adams situation. I can't remember if he's just a free agent or if they're able to trade him, but Aaron Rodgers is gone, Garrett Wilson is gone, so it's a whole new era here for the Jets. I'm also sending Davante Adams out of here. So the Jets sound like they may have a plan for Davante Adams on the roster, maybe for next year. So maybe he will be a Jet next year. We'll see. That was the last thing I just kind of saw a report on. But I'm going to send him back to the Packers, where he belongs. So third rounder and a fifth rounder He also might go join Aaron Rodgers, wherever Aaron Rodgers may play, if he does play, that is. So that gives us even more money to work with. I will say, obviously, as usual, the free agency class isn't thing fantastic by any means, but we still can maybe get something of value here. So we got a couple of options here. We could go for the veteran and Cam Robinson, or there's Alaric Jackson. There's no offers at depth. So we're going to just go with that, and I'll show you who we're obviously offering on at the moment. So here are the 5 offers we've made. So here's what we're after. We have Paulson Debo, Javon Holland, Cameron Bynum, which we may not get, Josh Palmer, and Alaric Jackson. So I think all these guys would be pretty solid signings if we're able to land them. Javon Holland looks like we will get him, and a Debo for sure as well, and Josh Palmer would be great too. So yeah, because obviously we have no wide receivers right now. So we got Paulson Debo, Javon Holland, and Alaric Jackson. So we got the secondary and we got a tackle, which both positions are pretty important. But we missed out on Bynum and also Joshua Palmer, unfortunately. So let's go take a look at the other wide receivers. So Rashid Shaheed, though, I can actually get behind the idea of that. He's coming off an injury too, but as a wide receiver too, he was pretty good last year for the Saints before he got hurt. So I can get behind that. And then is there another strong safety option we want to look at, or we just draft that instead? And then wide receiver as well on top of that. So there's Epps and Woods, but I don't know. DeAndre Hopkins, which obviously we're offering on Shaheed as well, or already, I should say. And I think that might be it. So maybe we just settle on Rashid Shaheed as our last signing in free agency and draft the rest. So here's your 4 additions through free agency. Obviously, we just picked up a third to replace the third we just had. We won't have a first, which sucks, but that would have been nice to have. Or I guess we do have a first to draft Cam Ward, obviously. But we still have our second. Obviously, next year we will not have a first, and then the year after that we won't have a second. So O-line looks pretty decent. Do need a tight end as well. We have Shaheed, who will be healthy at wide receiver, but definitely need to draft a wide receiver sometime in this draft. But I will see you guys in the draft with the full game plan. Let me go look to see if there's any tight end options here before I go into the draft. So we have Zach Ertz, Conklin. So we can bring Conklin back, but I don't know. We also have Tommy Tremble down here, I guess, as an option. He's better than Ruckert, so I'll give him a deal just in case we can maybe turn him into something. But other than that, I will see you guys in the draft. All right, so it's very clear we're going to be taking #1 overall here, and that, of course, is going to be Cam Ward. That is what the theme of the video is all about. So let's go ahead and make that happen right now. Where is Cam Ward? That is a good question. Well, we can just filter the quarterback, and he's all the way here. So Cam Ward, welcome to the Jets. They trade up to get you, and you will be a New York Jet. So it's funny because in yesterday's video, after I made this trade, the Jets won the Super Bowl in year 1, which was pretty insane. 86 speed, 87 change of direction, 95 throw power. Obviously, Cam Ward is probably the best quarterback in this draft for a reason. Not a great draft class, not a great free agency class. So this offseason is going to be all about, you know, how great can you draft depth-wise and all that. So pick 39, though, in the second round. So we have our second round pick. It's next year, or it's the year after that where we don't have our second. Okay. So there's a number of different ways you can go about this. We will not be taking a running back. We don't need that. We could take Isaiah Bond in round 2. We could take, I don't think we need an O-lineman necessarily here either. We could take a safety as well. That's not a horrible idea, but I think we can get one in round 3. So I do kind of like the idea of drafting Isaiah Bond because we do need some wide receivers. Although we could get Restrepo later on, who obviously is very familiar with, you know, Cam Ward. But I don't know. Do we take Isaiah Bond, or is there a different wide receiver we like as well? So there's Trey Harris, Isaiah Bond, Restrepo. Don't think I'll, you know, let's see. And then there's a safety position we truly need to address as well. Tight end also exists, but I don't know if there's a good tight end to take at this point. So Harold Fannin out of Bowling Green State. Don't mind the idea of that. Speed is great. I don't think I've drafted him very often. So you know what? I'm going to draft a tight end here. So welcome Harold to the Jets. Is going to be, let's see, he's going to be number 7 true value, drafted 39. He's hidden dev, 85 speed, but gives Cam Ward a legit option on offense. And a tight end is a young quarterback's best friend. So I like that pick a lot. Now, we need to decide in round 3 whether or not we're going to take a safety or a wide receiver. That will be the biggest question. I do believe that safety is probably more important at this point, but we'll see. So we got Ollie Gordon. We have Hunter Waller out of Wisconsin. We have Kobe King. The safety options are not quite here, to be honest. So safety may not be able to be taken here. We might have to wait till round 4 for that. So you do have Lathan Ransom at Ohio State. If he has good speed, maybe we go that direction. Speed is good. I was kind of hoping for like seeing elite speed. Is Restrepo still here? Because I might just go that direction if he is. Let's see. I don't know if I see his name. He is here. So you know what? Let's give Cam Ward a very familiar target. We're going to take Xavier Restrepo here in round 3. Late round 3 pick, but this is the guy that obviously Cam Ward played with in college. So yeah, hidden dev, 92 speed. Welcome to the Jets, Xavier Restrepo. So now in round 4 is where we'll hope to land a safety early round 4. So hopefully that safety maybe is still on the board, and we just settle on him to start for this next season. We got, I don't know, let's just go take a look at both safety spots. So we got Hunter Waller and Billy Bowman still on the board, and then Malik Verndon. So what about free safety is what we got here. So Cameron out of Washington was at the top of the board. Is he worth it? C-man, C-zone. Speed is good. Strength is marginal. What do I want? I think I might just take one of these guys. So Billy Bowman, I actually had him in yesterday's video, so maybe I take him again here. Hunter Waller, A-tackle. Speed is good, but I know Bowman ended up being decent for us, so I think I'm going to go 2 days in a row on him. 4th round pick, so welcome. And he's got elite speed, so yeah, definitely sign me up for that. So welcome to the Jets. Hidden dev will probably start immediately for us because we have nobody else there. Now I go take a look at the lineup for year number 1 with Cam Ward under center. So let's go take a look at this lineup for year number 1. I'm very excited because, like I said, yesterday's video, the Jets went on to win the damn Super Bowl in year 1. Will we get that lucky? I highly doubt it, but it would be cool if it did happen. So Cam Ward, Breece Hall, Harold Fannin, Allen Lazard, Rashid Shaheed, and Restrepo is your wide receivers. You know, we definitely need to get him a better wide receiver in the future. But for now, this isn't horrible. I think Shaheed and Restrepo is great, but if we can get a wide receiver 1, that would be ideal. Harold Fannin is a great tight end addition, which I love. Defensively, we have Bowman starting, and then they drafted us a hidden dev corner. Jermaine Johnson, once he's healthy, will look a little bit better. We probably should have got a D tackle as well, but all in due time. Not too worried about it. We could move Jamin Johnson over as well. But for now, I'll just leave this the way it is, I guess. So I will see how it ends up once, obviously, Jermaine Johnson's healthy. That'll make our defensive line just look a tad bit better. But Paulson Debo, Sauce Gardner, Michael Carter, and then on the offense side of the football, things look pretty decent. So what about slot wide receiver? Who is that going to? It's going to Restrepo. So I have a feeling he'll be pretty good because slot wide receivers usually just do phenomenal. So I will see you guys at the end of year 1. I'm very curious to see how Cam Ward does for us, and hopefully we get the same result as yesterday, where the Jets just win the Super Bowl in year 1, but that might be optimistic thinking. Probably won't happen. While we weren't totally horrible, we definitely are going on to win the Super Bowl this year. We finish up at 7-10. So let's go take a look at this player stats to kind of just see how good each things were. So offensively, we're pretty good. So maybe the playbook does not need change in today's video, so that's a good sign. So we had 33 and 14 out of the gate from Cam Ward, which is awesome. 8 touchdowns, 1,000 yards from Breece Hall. Restrepo was really good immediately too. Shaheed, also a 1,000-yard wide receiver. Lazard, again, I would love to get a different tight end, or sorry, different wide receiver other than Lazard this offseason. Sacks wise, Quentin Williams was really good. Clemens with 3.5, 3 from Jermaine Johnson, 1.5 from Mosley, 1.5 from Quincy Williams, and then 1.5 from Will McDonald. So 5 interceptions from Sauce Gardner, 3 from Javon Holland, 2 from Mosley, 2 from Williams, 2 from Adebo, and 2 from our rookie and Billy Bowman. So not a bad season by any means, but 7-10 is clearly not what Jets fans are looking for. It has been so long since they've been competent, so it is our goal to change that at least hopefully next season. So get ourselves into another offseason and see if we can't spark magic in another offseason and put this team on the map to go make the playoffs next year. Good news is we have a ton of cap space. I don't know if there's like a crazy amount of good free agents to worry about, but 133 million is a lot to work with. Breece Hall being a free agent, that will be the way it starts. We are going to keep Breece Hall though, clearly. So 25-year-old superstar dev, no reason to let him go. Vera Tucker is one of our best O linemen, so preferably we're able to keep him as well, hopefully. So let's see if he signs. He does. A good start so far. Then you have Will McDonald, which is a 5th-year option, which we can accept. Quincy Williams, we could probably let walk. John Simpson, Mosley, although he's up to Superstar X Factor, he's 34 years old and down to 77 overall. And then Tress Way is our punter. I'm not even sure why he's off the Commanders, but John Simpson, probably could let him walk as well. Actually, we'll try to resign him, but I'm not going to give him too much. He's going to test free agency. That's fine. All right. So a little bit we got to replace, but all in all, not bad. We're able to keep the important Breece Hall. That's the best part. And now we can take a look to see what we can truly go after in free agency. See what Cam Ward's dev trade is. I think it's superstar dev at the very least, because I saw an ability was unlocked, which I assume that's on Cam Ward. He is in fact superstar. He's an 87 overall right away. Restrepo is up to a 79. So again, and then Lazard, how much can I free up by cutting him? Because I don't really want to keep him anymore. So $8 million, that's a no-brainer. So another $8 million freed up. I would love to go after a different wide receiver one, although we just had it in Garrett Wilson, obviously. But we had to put him in the trade. So we got just a guard spot to figure out. Other than that, I don't mind the O-line. Maybe a right tackle wouldn't be horrible too. But Restrepo, Shaheed, I can rock with that. As long as we get a legitimate wide receiver one, I think this would be a pretty good offense I can get behind. Defensively, this is where we need maybe a little bit more work, but it's pretty good in the secondary at least. We have some depth there. I think it's all about our linebacker spot, which is kind of an issue right now. So we got to find some linebackers, and we could use better pass rushers and a better D tackle as well alongside Quinton Williams. So let's get to work in free agency, see if any of those things are there. We will not have a first round pick in this draft, so we can't really rely on that either. So let's go see if we can attack and have a good free agency class in front of us. So 5 offers have been made in free agency. We're going after Joe Thuney because he's the best O-lineman in free agency and primarily the best free agent as well. And we need a guard. So we obviously lost Simpson, and Joe Thuney could maybe finish his career here protecting Cam Ward. We're going after Odafoe to play him at one of the end spots. Terrell Bernard would be great. And then Rodriguez and DJ Wanham to kind of, cover on a linebacker basis. So let's see. Obviously, does not address any of the wide receiver problem we have, or it's not really a problem necessarily, but, addressing a wide receiver one. So we do get Thuney, Bernard, and Wanham all the time. So that's a great start. Now, Rodriguez will not sign, and Odafoe has a better offer from the Jets. So we'll try, or sorry, from the Seahawks. So we'll see if we can't make this happen. So let's see what they say now. I don't know if we'll get him. So Odafoe still mulling offers right now. And will he sign? He does not. So we get Wanham, Bernard, and Joe Thuney. Not bad. I'll still take that. So the draft is going to have to be our best friend as far as pass rush is concerned, and a D tackle, because that was kind of a problem as well. But I still want to trade for a wide receiver one if possible. I don't know if we're going to be able to, but we need one really badly. And I don't know if we'll be able to draft it. So I might just go old school trading for one, even though we, it's funny that we just kind of had it with Garrett Wilson and now he's gone. So the one position we need the most though in the draft is D tackle for sure. So that's the position we'll be going after. While yes, I think we could be better at the end spots, I do think, all in all, if we get a D tackle, that would make things a lot better. But now I want to trade for a wide receiver one before we head into the draft. So let's see if I can't somehow make that happen here. So the only realistic one, in my opinion, was T. Higgins. And obviously, we have no idea what's going to happen to him in real life. He sounds like he's going to get tagged. Will he remain? Will he be traded? We'll see. They drafted Luther Burden, so that makes me feel like T. Higgins is once again expendable for them. So I would love to somehow escape without trading our second round pick in this draft, because I would really want to use that on a D tackle if possible. Can I trade like a third and a second maybe for T. Higgins? Like, is that way too much to be given up? I don't know, but he would fit really well. Let's just try a second in 2028. Does that spell enough? No, it is not. Okay. So let's say we try a third, and if this is not enough, then maybe we just can't make it happen. Okay. This might be too rich for us, because if we trade a fourth, that's really going to hurt us in this draft. I'll go a fourth next year, and if they say no, we can't get there. So we're not trading for a wide receiver. We're going to have to draft it or just rock with what we have, unfortunately. So we do not have the wide receiver one just yet, but there really wasn't any way to address it, really, which sucks, because I would have loved to have found a way to do that, but it just wasn't on the cards, really. So we'll have to try to hit it in this draft, even though we need a D tackle as well. So it's going to be tough, but we'll see what we can make happen. So a second and a fourth rounder is all we have, I believe, in this draft. So we'll be picking, obviously, in the second round. Our first round pick goes to the Titans. So let's see what we can make happen in the second. So whether it's a wide receiver or a D tackle, that is what we'll be going for. So let's see what talent is better on the board, and that's what we'll go with. So we have Zachariah Branch. Okay. We have, and then DJ Hicks out of Texas. So which one would we rather have is the question. I guess we can look at both. We have Eugene Wilson, and is there any other wide receivers to take a look at? Zachariah Branch is the only one that sticks out to me. I know in the previous download of this draft class, he was a freaking stud, would go #1 overall. But now I'm not so sure about that. So speed is elite, but he's definitely not going to be. So I definitely got to keep that in mind. 4.35 needs to work. I mean, his catching is a D, though. That's the one thing I'm kind of concerned about. But I'm definitely thinking about him for sure. Let's take a look at DJ Hicks and see if we can't. Oh, gosh. I already like what I'm seeing, though. Speed is solid, but he is A across the board. I think we got to take him, right? Building the trenches is important. We're going to go ahead and take DJ Hicks here in round 2, guys. So DJ Hicks, number 34 in true value. Got him at 42. Hidden dev. I mean, I just think he checked all the boxes. So we'll see if we can't get our wide receiver in round 4. Probably won't be a very good one, but it is what we're left with at this point. So let's see what's here in round 4. I still think we can make what we have work regardless. So we got a couple wide receivers. So let's take a look at any of them and see if any of them could be good for us. So Dane Key out of Kentucky, I know is kind of a stud. CF catching, C release, speed is solid. I've seen him have some big games before though. Kevin out of Colorado, Evan Stewart out of Oregon. Okay, I can get behind Evan Stewart maybe. F catching traffic, C catching, speed is great. I think we'll take Evan Stewart in round 4. So let's take Evan Stewart, and he'll be 77 true value, drafting 106, 95 speed. So really can't complain. I don't know how good his overall will be out of the gate, but honestly, not bad. So we'll take that. I will see you guys with the lineup for year 2, where hopefully this team is ready to make the playoffs, but we'll see. So I'm very excited to look at this lineup for year number 2. Year 1 went okay, 7-10. Obviously, we're looking to be better this year. So here's what it's looking like. So Evan Stewart, 75 overall out of the gate. It's not bad. For a 4th rounder, I would absolutely take that. And who knows, maybe he develops into something really special for us. So yeah, we'll absolutely take that. Restrepo, Rashid Shaheed, Evan Stewart, Breece Hall, Cam Ward, Harold Fannin, Jackson, Vera Tucker, Tippmann, Thuney, and Fashanu. And defensively, we got Javon Holland, Juan, and Bernard. DJ Hicks was pretty good right away as well with our 2nd round pick. So I feel like we killed that draft. Johnson, I think I'm going to move to left outside linebacker and hope he maybe goes up in overall a little bit. We shall see. But hopefully this season we make the playoffs. Like I said, would love nothing more than to be in the postseason this year and see what we can do with Cam Ward under center. There's probably still a little bit more that we need. We're probably another offseason away, but you never know. Things can maybe swing in our favor. So we shall see. I'm going to move this 4-6 base 4-3. So we'll move to 4-6, and I will see you guys at the end of year 2, where hopefully we find ourselves in the postseason. We'll see though. So at the end of year 2, we do make the playoffs at 11-6. Funny enough, I think it was in yesterday's video, we went 11-6 and didn't even make the playoffs one time in I think it was like in the 3rd season, which is pretty insane. We won our division at 11-6. So let's go take a look at the player stats. So offensively, we were top 10, 7th NFL, so that is fantastic. And then defensively, hopefully we're better. Not great on defense still, but 37-10 from Cam Ward, who continues to be phenomenal. Breece Hall, 1,000 yards, more like 1,100, and then 10 touchdowns. Evan Stewart, out of the gate, was fantastic. 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. What did he go up in depth rate? Star dev. So you know what? Honestly, we were trying to trade for T. Higgins. Evan Stewart seemed like he turned out pretty well for us. And 15 touchdowns from Restrepo, and then 6 from Rashid Shaheed with 900 yards. So awesome all around there. Sacks-wise, 8.5 from DJ Hicks. So our rookie was really good right away. 5.5 from Quentin Williams, 2.5 from Wesley. Yeah, 3 interceptions from Gardner, 2 from Bernard, 2 from Debo, and 1 from Mike Carter, 1 from Bowman, and 1 from Javon Holland. I mean, as long as our offense puts up points, I think there's a chance we could go deep here, but we shall see. We draw our division rival, the Dolphins, in round 1. Let's see how this goes. Play Tua and the Dolphins, and we shall see if we can knock them off and get to divisional weekend in year 2. That'd be awesome. So Tua versus Cam Ward in the AFC Championship, or sorry, AFC Championship. AFC wildcard weekend. I'm trying to, I guess, speak it into existence. I should say that we'll be in the AFC Championship. We're down 7-0. We need our offense to put up a touchdown. We're just not seeing it so far. We wake up in the second half. We get a field goal. All right, so it's 13-3. We need a quick score and then a stop. Okay, we get a stop. Oh, I want to jump in. I actually want to clutch up here because I would love to get Cam Ward a win, honestly, in his first season of the playoffs. I guess this is his first playoff game, obviously, but this is our 2nd season of this rebuild. And for whatever reason, they're going to leave Shaheed on an island. This is actually really good coverage by number 4, though. Shout out to number 4. I thought Shaheed was going to have a step, so I was like, you know what? We're taking the shot. We got to keep in mind, we only need field goal range here to at least tie the game, but I was trying to go for the win there. I won't lie to you. We only have 1 timeout, so we definitely got to keep that in mind. Taking a sack is not an option. That would be pretty brutal right now at this point. They are bringing pressure. I should not have thrown that. You know what? Actually gained 2 yards, and he gets out of bounds, so that's not horrible. Didn't really do much. It didn't hurt us that much either, though. It wasted a little bit of clock, though, I guess is the one thing you can say about it. All right, so we need to lock in because we need a field goal range here. I think we have Evan Stewart. Evan Stewart, walk-off. What do we got? Catch, and that's going to be walk-off as long as the Dolphins do not score. Let's see if we get a stop on defense, and we win. So just like that, Evan Stewart honestly worked out. He was a 4th round pick and he just burnt that guy. And we walk away with a win and we're headed to divisional weekend. So let's see who we get in divisional weekend. It'd be pretty wild if we could make it to the AFC Championship in Cam Ward's first season in the playoffs. And now for the divisional round, as we get to actually host it as well. So we're at home. Our defense held the Dolphins to 13. So we need something similar to that again. Obviously, it is a much tougher opponent with Mahomes and the Chiefs coming in. Let's see if we can't be better than last game, especially on offense. We held them to a field goal to start things off. We get a score. We get good field position here. Can we take advantage? Yes, we do. 7-3. Got the ball here. Can we go score? No. Good field position again, and we don't do anything with it. But can we score here? No. What about now? So it's 10-3. Okay. The defense is holding up their bargain, and we're up 13-3. The Chiefs will score. So all we need to do now is ice this clock away. 1 first down ends the game, I think, for the most part. So now we can hand this off to Breece Hall and see if we can't, put this game away. So 1:45 left. Going to Breece Hall here. I'm going to cut it inside, and we're going to gain about 4 or 5, which we'll absolutely take to start things off. So Breece Hall has had a great game on the ground, which is awesome. 2nd and 6. If we can get another 4-yard chunk, we'll absolutely take that. So let's see if we can't get that. We're going to have to try to run this. Oh, almost broke the tackle. Okay. So 3rd and 4. This is going to be interesting decision. Do we stretch this? I think we do. Now, or do I don't know. I might stretch this and I'm going to cut it inside, hopefully. The inside gap is open and that will be all she wrote. Just like that, 1:33 left in the clock. We can kneel this out now. So another great performance by our defense. Offense still hasn't had like a big blow up game, but hopefully that comes in the AFC Championship, or if we win the AFC Championship ugly like we've done the last 2, maybe in the Super Bowl, that'd be even better. So hopefully we get one of those here soon. We get an offensive explosion. I'll see you guys in the AFC Championship. So far things are going great. So after 2 home games in the playoffs, we now find ourselves on the road here in the AFC Championship. We get to go play the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. So let's see how this is going to go. So we get an interception to start the game from somebody. I have no idea who that is, but if we can score off that, that would be fantastic. And just like that, that's a great start. And we get another stop as Tucker misses an 18-yard field goal. Holy washed, by the way. And we're up. Oh, I thought we were about to go up 14-0. Now we are 14-0. So I said I was looking for the offensive explosion. Are we getting it here? Lamar Jackson just keeps throwing picks. 21-10. We won't rule the Ravens out yet. It's 24-10. And just like that, they're in position to come back. But all we need to do now is either go score again or just not give them the ball back ever. And that is what we're going to try to do here. So let's start with a counter play. So let's hand this off to our boy Breece Hall. And good blocks. Oh my goodness. Can I house this? No. But that's going to be a great run to start things off. So not a great day by any means for Breece Hall. But that was a great run. I mean, at this point, if we can get good runs, that's all that matters. We just try to put this game away. We get to the Super Bowl. So I needed 75. We could have got up there. But they'll call their second timeout. I'm going to run this ball. Or we could throw this ball to get aggressive here. So let's see. Let's see if we like anything. Do they leave Shaheed open? No. I'm going to get sacked. You know what? I'm fine with taking the sack because what I was looking at could have not been open there. So I'm fine with this. We can just settle for hopefully getting a first down through the air, and then we can just kneel this out if we are able to get the first down, that is. And they're going to allow Shaheed to be one-on-one. If this is a good throw, it's not. Well, I mean, you could say it was a good throw, but we got to punt this ball. So we're going to allow the Ravens to see if they can't go get a tie. Let's see. And they will tie it. So 20 seconds left. All we need to do is get in field goal range, though. That's it. That's all we need. So if I could have kept that ball, we would be in business right now. But, of course, I choked it away like usual. Okay, so I think I can scramble this upfield quite a bit. So can I get out of bounds without fumbling? No, but I'll call my first time out. That's a good start, good play to start things off. One thing we know is the Ravens can't ice us if we get in range. We need one big chunk play, and we're there. I'm going to be looking for my tight end over the middle because that could be a big play. He is there, I think. And yes, that's exactly what we needed. What a play. And just like that, that is exactly what we needed. So what a freaking... Do I just get the field goal now? I'm going to try to get a little bit closer. I'm going to run the ball and just try... Well, this is risky. Do we run the ball with 6 seconds left? That could be risky. I'll just dive, though. I just want to be a little bit closer to make this easier. So we have 2 timeouts. Just dive right away. 4 seconds. Okay, I gained 2 yards. Didn't really net much, but it was worth, I guess it was somewhat worth it. All right, so field goal is coming. It's a closer field goal now, and this one gets us to the Super Bowl. Can I hit it? And it looks like we will be headed to the Super Bowl on a game-winning field goal in Baltimore. What a way to get ourselves in field goal range after we almost choked it. But we are now headed to the Super Bowl. So 27-24 victory. Let's see who is awaiting us in the bowl. So here in the Super Bowl, we get to play Caleb Williams in the Chicago Bears. So Cam Ward versus Caleb Williams. Let's see how this goes. And another interception by our defense. And we will capitalize on that interception. And we get another one from Wesley, who just keeps balling out, by the way. He had a pick as well in the last one. And we're up 14-0. And can we... 14-8. So they're trying to get back in the game, but we can put them away 22-8. And can we do it? And yeah, that's it. I don't even know why I was struggling there. We had a 2-position lead. So just like that, Cam Ward's first season of the playoffs, we walk away with a Super Bowl victory. 22-8. Lovely. Awesome to see. And that is a great way to end this one off. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.